on the matter, you know, and I'm sure you'll hear more following that.
When you get that kind of information, where's it from? Is it from the gambling companies, or is it?
No, it can be from anywhere. You know, it can be from anyone. And I've not dealt with this in 15 years of being in boxing. You know, I've dealt with everything else, but never this one. Yeah, not something I've experienced, not something I've ever known to happen. It was a very unique situation, but again, information that was concerning to me about the legitimacy of the fight, to be honest with you. And you know, I'm not going to talk about which side it came from, because you know there's innocent people in this situation as well, and you know, maybe they'll talk about it as well.
Ibrahim Sulaiman says he's going to weigh up his options because he feels like his price has doubled. So how confident are you that you're going to be able to outbid or outmatch him?
Listen, I'm not interested in outbidding anyone. If he wants to be with Matchroom, he'll be with Matchroom. If he doesn't, I wish him all the best. You know, he's a very good fighter. I think we've shown what we can do for him, but if he gets a massive offer and he feels it's a better opportunity, good luck to him. Love to welcome him to the Matchroom team. If he's going to go out and see what's out there, I won't be welcoming him to the Matchroom team, and I'll just wish him all the best. Yeah. What a fight. Brilliant fight. You know, I thought the whole show was really entertaining, great atmosphere, good energy in that arena tonight. You've seen, you know, I think we had 4,800 people in, and you see a lot of people leave during the night normally. We still had that tonight, but more stay, of course, because of the Wolverhampton connection, if you like. But again, you know, it's still a situation that if you're coming from Leicester, like Muhammad Ali's fans, and he's on at 5:30, are you going to stay till 11:30? Do you know what I mean? And he sold 280 tickets. So you see little pockets leave, but the atmosphere was really, really good. And that fight was brilliant. And it was very mixed opinion on that fight. You know, on our side, most people had Crocker just edging it. And then when I got in the ring, the whole of DAZN and apparently a lot of the media guys had Walker edging it. So I just thought it was a brilliant fight. I thought, you know, both of them were a credit to each other. Themselves even.
Are we going to see the fight with Paddy Donovan Crocker or a rematch?
The fight's done. You know, the fight's signed. But it doesn't mean we have to do it. You know, it's an option to us to do it. And it's a massive fight in Ireland. But Conor Walker will be back. You know, it could be a rematch. Maybe Conor Walker fights Paddy Donovan. I don't know. But, you know, he's definitely a fighter that I want to see back in the ring.
I mean, the king of mixed grill, Andy Purwell here, he done a sit down with Mick Conlan the other day. He wants to fight this year. I mean, Matchroom definitely still involved with that?
Nothing decided. I mean, I know Frank had a meeting with him today. You know, I think I just said to Mick Conlan, I think this morning, you carrying on, are you? And he went, honestly, I feel great. You know, I feel like I've still got a lot to give. So he's a smart man. He's not an idiot. And if he feels that way, I'm sure you'll see him back.
And Jack Catterall, Regis Prograis, what a fight, and a massive coup to bring Regis back to the UK.
Yeah, I think so. It's just one that really, like a rabbit out of the hat. You know, we were trying really hard to make the Arnold Barboza fight. They were so painful, and it got to a point where we didn't look like we were going to make that fight. And we had a conversation with Regis, and he went, I'll take that fight. You know, I need a big win. I need a high profile fight. I really enjoyed the fight in the UK last time. I thought, brilliant. You know, much bigger name than Barboza. You know, I think a more exciting fight. The new arena is sensational in Manchester. Going to build a really big card there as well, and I think he'll do really well.
Yeah, no news for Sandy Ryan just yet. Michaela Mayer expressed an interest. You said you thought about that fight before. Is that definitely an option?
I love the fight, personally. I mean, you know, sometimes, I've got to be honest, like, when the bigger that you get, the bigger your purses get, the bigger the fights get, the kind of more inactive you are. And it's a bit sad, really. Like, the best way to explain it is if a fighter is that the money's reasonably small, it's easier to find a slot for them. But as they become more expensive and the fights get bigger, it's almost like their inactivity widens a little bit. So Sandy will be back August, September at the latest. We want to try and get her 2 fights this year if we can. But I want to get her active as well. And, you know, I think the Mayer fight is a great fight. Michaela, I don't know what Natasha Jonas is doing. She's, I don't know, stalling or waiting on news or whatever she's doing. If she's not fighting Michaela Mayer, I'd love to make that fight for Sandy Ryan. I think it's a great fight. I also love the Chantel Cameron fight for Sandy Ryan. I've spoke to George Warren about that. But we see her in the ring August, as I said, September at the latest.
Eddie, I do want to ask you about Ryan Garcia's situation. just seems like he's getting a 1-year ban, and it seems to be that there's been an extra drug test that's been added on, so it seems like he's failed 3. A lot of people are not happy with the situation. What do you make of this?
Well, I don't know in what way they're not happy with the situation. I mean, at first everyone was saying that it was a disgrace what everyone was doing to Ryan, and the whole sport was against him. Now they're saying that the ban wasn't long enough. I don't know. I mean, I feel like sometimes if you play ball with the authorities, then you have a better chance of receiving a lesser ban. And now when I look at the Conor Benn situation, the one thing Conor Benn was never prepared to do was play ball with the authorities and go in and accept guilt for something that he didn't do. And that probably has caused him a longer delay to his career with that stance. But we are where we are. They've obviously gone in there and said, look, hands up, this is what's happened. How do we move forward? That was the compromise, if you like. And, for Ryan, it's not really that long to wait. My worry, if I'm Team Ryan Garcia, is what he does during that period.
AJ Dubois, Tony Bellew said, listen, there should be an early win for Anthony Joshua. Do you feel like that's the case?
I hope so. No, I think it's a tough fight. Filip Hrgovic is a very good heavyweight. He beat him. He overcome a tough spell in that fight. I think it's a dangerous fight. It's a very good fight, but it's one that I think AJ wins.
What you're saying, the momentum of Anthony Joshua in regards to a Tyson Fury fight, and he feels like he'll knock him out this time. Do you share that sentiment? Because
it's the first thing I agree on Carl Froch with for a long time. No, I think Carl's right. I think right now the way that AJ's performing, the confidence that he has, I make him favourite against Tyson Fury. But it's a kind of a irrelevant conversation because right now it's not happening.
Eddie, you sounded a bit disappointed in your man Felix there. Did you think that he almost was looking for a way out, and what's left for him?
I'm not disappointed because it's difficult to get in there at any time, especially with 18 months out of the ring, and also coming back from living your life incorrectly as a fighter. But it's really impressive to get yourself back in there, get yourself back on the straight and narrow, if you like. But you can't just that period of time that you lived like that, it's going to stay with you in a sport like this. And if you imagine every day that you lived your life incorrectly, Tyler Denny was living it correctly. And it's like that really pays dividends. And especially in a fight that, I think that Felix Cash, I actually felt like he was looking a little bit better in the fight, but then took a big right hand at the end of the 5th. His body language didn't look sensational. He was definitely behind at the time of the stoppage. And I think if you look at it, he probably was going to end up getting overrun by Tyler Denny because he's a fit boy. So only Felix Cash truly knows how he's feeling, what he's got left, and how much he wants it, and that's a decision for him.
It's Danny Glover from Fight Fan TV Live. We saw the young prospect Hamza Uddin back in action today. A lot of shades of Prince Naseem Hamed. What do you think of him, and how did you discover him?
Look, we discovered him because he's a Team GB fighter. Sam Jones signed him up, and speaks very highly of him, and I love him. I think he fought a guy that was 3 divisions above him tonight, and it was pushing him back, he was hurting him. He's extremely exciting to watch, and I think down at flyweight he's going to hurt a lot of people, and he's got a massive future.
Thank you very much, Eddie. It's Danny Glover from Fight Fan TV Live with Eddie Hearn. Remember, persistence beats resistance. You know where it is. Ha ha.